Good afternoon, guys, and welcome back to a very freezing cold Woking. And we are continuing today with the Ipswich save. We're currently in season 3. It's not going so well, but I think it's been messed up by the fact that we qualified for the Europa League. And although we are doing extremely well in the Europa League, and if we look at how the group finished, we finished top. We won all our games. Hey, Bintan, how you doing? And that should never be happening. But our league form, I guess, in reality, you'd be expecting a team like Ipswich to struggle to stay in the league and play in the Europa League. You'd probably expect them to finish 15th or 16th if they were lucky. And they definitely would not be qualifying as champions of the group stage. Probably be struggling around about 24th, 25th, 26th and struggling to qualify at all. So the Europa League continues to mystify me in FM. It's good to see you, Bin. How are you doing? And so we've got bottom of the league leads. Our league form, as you know, is dreadful. And we've just lost 6-1 to Chelsea and we lost 3-0 to Arsenal. Seems like we can't play in the Premier League, but we're doing well in Europe. Hopefully we'll get knocked out of Europe in the round of 16 or the quarterfinals, and then we can focus on league position. I'm expecting to finish around 13th or 14th. I'll be happy with that. But bottom of the table leads, we need to get a result now. Our form has been terrible. You can see in the Europa League, we're just putting teams away, including Benfica in the last episode, 5-2. Why can't we reproduce that in the league? It's kind of lagging, is it? Apparently, I've got an excellent connection. According to my little screen here, I've got an excellent connection. Sorry, it's lagging there for you. But we'll get on. We're going to go and play some football. I don't know how to play against Leeds. They're going to play wing play. So that means I'm going to play with a standard line. But I've decided to play in a low block. I want to get bodies behind the ball. But I'm going to keep the positive mentality. How I play, I'm going to switch Timon to a support duty. Gould as an inverted winger is going to come inside. I'm trying Gould as an inverted winger. He's going to come inside, which will leave space. As a support, he's going to be kind of supporting him up there. And then I'm going to put Garosibel as a wing back on attack, just to get up this touch line. I just want to check my wing backs. I don't want them closing down too much, especially at the beginning of the game. And so we'll just tell them not to close down too much, because the opposition are playing in a wing play. We're not going to change the team. I just tackle harder. I know they're brave, so I'm not going to do that. Leeds are quite brave. Hey, Herlock, good to see you. Stanek will need to continue in goal. Castells is still not back yet. So I don't know how this is going to go, but I'm going to play in this low block and see what happens. I need some players to have a big game. I need Luca to step up. I just want to check my preferences because it's been a while since I've loaded this game up. I just want to make sure that we're in the right. I'm going to change it to extended to begin with, so that I can get a feel of what's going on. It's time. Yeah, it is time to put an end to this poor run of form and get some goals on the board. I'm just going to check with my assistant. He hasn't changed it much. I do know we need probably... don't need to type mark him. Aspria is a good player. I know he's a good player. May need to be type marked. possibly is going to be playing as a wide playmaker, Asprilla, and Rocco, another good player. So I am going to type mark Asprilla, and I'm going to type mark Rocco in midfield there. And we'll see how we get on. Leeds are looking a little bit tired, but probably not too bad. So let's go and see what happens here. I think our league form is so bad that I don't feel very optimistic. We've got off to a very good start. We're getting shots away, and that's always a good sign. Let's change that to extended so I can see at least some of the game. But we've got off to a very good start. 3 shots, 3 on target, and that's promising. The low block may be the right way to go. We started playing more attacking higher up the pitch, but let's go back to the low block. Juanlu with a chance, can't get it away, and Leeds looking to counter. Playing in a 4-4-2, they are going to counter attack, and we do need to make sure that we snuff that out by putting the line a little bit deeper. That will mean that will make it a little bit more difficult for them. They're absolutely sitting right back, and we are pushing them right back. And that's poor, but well done. Fernandez picked up the loose ball, but lost it again. So we need to do a little bit better than we have been doing. The last 2 games has been 9 goals against and 1 for. And hey Neil, how are you doing, my friend? And I just why we are conceding so many goals. It might be because we've been just trying to attack too much. So let's play against Leeds and let's not lose this game. Hence the low block. I do want them closing down, except for the fullbacks. I don't want these fullbacks closing down on the wingers. So we keep an eye on these boys out wide. So I want him backing off so that he's in position when they get the ball. But Leeds have made an opening here and they've hit the crossbar. And I don't know, are we playing this right? I mean, we are the better team. Without a shadow of a doubt, we are the better team. We have 70% of the possession. Well, they're coming back at us and pushing us back a little bit, but overall, we're the better team. So hopefully, if we can get a win here, we'll go up to 11th. That will be better. Luca, he's not been in great form. I've decided to give him another chance. He's only on a 6.6 again. And it might be that Hurst, I think he's on the bench. Hurst will have to come on. Yeah, Hurst might have to come on if Luca's not performing. But we're the better team by a street at the moment. But Leeds look very, 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 very counter-attacking wise. But Tyman's done well. Decided to play Tyman. Give him a game or two. Gould is in space, and there was a man free in the box. I think it was Cole Palmer, who have decided also to play as the centre mid on attack. Just because he's not been playing very well in that attacking midfield role. And I have promised Carrillo some game time, so it kind of works out. Humphreys has not been playing particularly well. But we need to get a goal. And against the bottom teams in the Premier League, it's horrid playing against bottom teams in the Prem. And that's why I don't want the wing backs closing down so that they're running off and they can pick up those loose balls. If they're too tight on the winger, that's dangerous. We've got a counter-attack. Luca's in. Go on, son. He's missed it. I think he was offside. No, it's gone for a corner. Oh, Luca, you've got to put those away. Come on, boys, from the corner now. Near post again, and there he is. Lorenzo Luca, 6'45". He is a tall boy, and he's gone and made it 1-0. And maybe we should be just do the low block in the Prem. And I think maybe our poor form is just the way the game plays out, because we can't be doing well in the Prem and in the Europa League. And you always, if you've got a half-decent squad in the Europa League, you're always going to get through the group stage. So the game can't have us doing well in both. And there's another example of why I don't want these wing-backs closing down. If he's too tight closing down, the winger has a chance to get on the end of that. So that's another reason. Clearly you can see why I don't want them closing down. Again, you can see them both are hanging off and not getting too tight. And that's causing Leeds problems. They can't get behind the defence now. It's causing them big problems. If we can get another goal, I'll be very, very happy. We're playing quite well today, for a change. And going up to 11th will be nice. And another shot and another save. We've just had an awful lot of chances. But our shots on target ratio is good, so I'm not too worried. I do apologise. I do have a cold cum chest infection after my holiday. So my voice is struggling a little bit. I've got a little glass of water here to hopefully see me through. And hope it's not causing you boys problem. Well done, Palmer. Not quite sure what he was doing at left back, but well done. And I don't want us playing the ball out. No, thank you very much. Although the team are not doing as they're told. Juanlu's playing quite well by the look of it. He's only on a 6.6, but he's involved in the game. Changed a couple of the roles. The inverted winger on the left, and we've got him as a winger on the right. So a couple of the roles have changed. And that's nice. Palmer, but again, no power. Hey, ADHD. I'm on extended at the moment because this is an important game. I don't want to lose it. And what I'm looking for is spaces where Leeds are exploiting space. And if you look at this, let's just pause it now. If you look at this, Leeds are kind of like playing across the pitch. This is not what I would expect of them. And then I'm looking now for space in front of my... So I'm looking, are they using the space in front of my defence? Because that is too high, I may, if they're using that space, I may need to have to push the line up to stop them using that space in the middle. So that's what I'm keeping an eye on at the moment, is that it's too much down the middle for my liking. But while we're dominating the game, I don't see that we have to do anything at this point. It may come a point where we have to, but at the moment we're just simply dominating them. But one goal is not enough. And you're quite correct in that they are playing down the middle, but they're not causing me problems. If you think about it, they want to play. We know that they want to play down the wings. So if we stop them playing down the wings, and we saw examples of where they couldn't get behind us, then they're going to try and play in a different way. And that's what we're trying to do. Make them play in a way they don't want to play. So they're playing down the middle. And at the moment, it's not working for them. So that's because they're not used to playing down the middle. They want to play down the wings. So we'll just see. We're keeping an eye on long shots, for example. Are they putting a lot of long shots in? You might be winning, but you need to keep up. Defensively, we're doing well. He looked stressed. Okay. We don't want you to be stressed. Now he's motivated. So that's basically what I'm looking for. I think that we've got these players all sorted out. Don't have any worries with that. Nobody's playing particularly badly at this point. And so we should just continue doing what we're doing. But I'm going to watch this space. in front of the defence, because they are now trying to play through that space. They can't go down the wings. We've stopped that. And if they are going to cause us problems in front of our defence, I may have to push the line up. The other way to do that is, if you're playing with a high press, is to... Oh, blimey. The other way to do that is to compress the lines by bringing your offensive line back. But what I want to do, if necessary, is compress that space in the middle. But I'm not seeing them doing anything really dangerous from that area. They may be just playing through there and then looking out wide again. That's a lovely pass. Go on, Gouldy. Oh, he's hit the post. Oh, is the FM going to do the dirty on me now? Is it going to allow Leeds to... I'm going to go actually back to balanced. And the reason why I'm doing that is because my assistant said, play in a balanced mentality. And probably he's thinking that Leeds will create chances and we don't want to be caught too high up the pitch. So we're going to go back to balance. And at the moment we're doing well. I think we're the better team. We're a goal up. The low block is working. They can't find space down the flanks. And we are looking quite dangerous when we go forward. And that's a lovely pass out to Timon. One of these has got to go in, FM. Oh, Palmer. Cole Palmer is not playing very well for me. He's not playing very well. That was a dreadful shot. Looking at where we are in terms of on the pitch, I would expect us to be a little bit deeper. And I would expect Leeds to be a little bit higher. So in terms of pressing them, we're doing well. I'm looking down the right-hand side where this fullback is being forced back. Now, we might have an issue here with this wing-back who's coming inside. So it just might, at this point in time, just focus our play down the left. There's a little bit of space down here. And see if we can't open them up down that side. But at the moment, it's all Leeds. And I knew I was going to be given offside, possibly. But I knew one goal was not going to be enough. And no matter how well we are playing, it's just like our league form is absolutely dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. And it's just like, I knew FM was going to do the dirty on me. He is offside. He was offside and interfering with play. So I really don't know what to do. I think we have to make some changes. Timon is playing well down the left. And so we may put Timon on attack. We'll make Gould a support. And then we will bring Garosabal back on support. Juanlu can then go and attack down this side. I think that's probably the best I can do. We have a 6.4 for Juanlu, so we'll bring Diallo on. And actually nobody's that tired at the moment. But Juanlu, who looked to me like he was having a good game, but unfortunately he's not. We've totally blasted Leeds away, but again, if you don't finish, then you ain't winning football matches. And it doesn't matter how many chances you create. If you don't finish, you can't win football matches. And we're just not finishing. In Europe, we can't not score. But in the Prem, we can't buy a win for love nor money. I think even if we bribed the ref, we'd still lose. It's just so bad in the Prem. And yet, as I recall, we've been playing the reserve team in Europe. We're playing dreadful teams in Europe and putting like the likes of Benfica away. In midfield, we're not too good. And we are allowing Leeds to counter-attack. And there's that closing down, which is what I don't want them to do, and it's cost us a goal. I do not want full-backs closing down, and he just did it. And then it cost us a goal, and now we got to go attacking. We got to try and get back in this game. Absolutely shocking. Absolutely shocking. I just don't know what to do. Let's put him on a defend duty instead of a support duty. Keep him inside our half. But I'm going to have a big space in midfield by doing that. And again, we've lost the ball. Time for some changes, I think. One more highlight. I just don't know what's going on in the league, and I've tried everything now. Going back to the low block, that's not worked. Attacking didn't work. We're getting absolutely thrashed attacking. And this could have been a very handy 3 points, and we should have had 3 points. It's bottom of the league team again. We just cannot beat teams at the bottom of the league. Cannot beat them, and we're just getting overrun here. Let's slow the passing down. Let's hit early crosses, see if that helps. You can see they are getting behind us now, but the standard line should work, but they're still getting behind us down the flanks. And that should mean that Garosabel is probably having a poor game. Oh dear, FM, you are so cruel sometimes. Right, let's make some changes then. Garosabel cost me the game. So he has to come off. Goalkeeper's having a bad game. It's the goalkeeper's taking the blame, is he? Cole Palmer, can't get him to play at all. Humphreys can come on for Palmer. And Hurst for Luca. Defensively, I think the defenders have played quite well. Tyman's playing well. Leave that one. I don't know. We just, I think we've been unlucky. FM doesn't like me in this save, in this season. And it is because we should not be in Europe. Because we qualified for Europe in our first season in the Prem. What the game is saying now is I'm going to address that. Because you shouldn't be here. But my complaint about it is not our Premier League form, is our European form. We should not be beating Benfica 5-2 with the reserves, and then a fresh first team cannot win in the Prem. And that's my complaint about this. I knew it was going to happen. I said it at the beginning of the season, that we were going to qualify from the group easily in the Europa League and struggle in the Prem. And that's why I put the reserve team out, just to prove it. And we can't, we're creating millions of chances, and we can't hit a barn door if it fell on us. And yet that would have flown in Europe. Would have absolutely flown in. But there's not much more I can do. Let's put Brandon Williams on attack as well. Let's go for it. If we lose 3-1, it doesn't matter, but we've got to try and get a goal here. But I'm having a big issue with this save because, oh God, what an awful pass. Because the game is controlling everything now. It doesn't matter how I set this team up or what I do. We are going to finish in 14th or 15th place. The game is in control. I'm not in control, and that's what I don't like about this. When we are out of Europe, I probably will get control back. But until then, the game's just taken over. And as you can see, we can't pass, we can't shoot. We're closing down where we shouldn't be closing down. Look at this passing, it's dreadful. I don't know what he's given there. And yet in Europe, we'll win easy. Let's really go for it. In Europe, we will win easy. I mean, we won't win either in the next round in Europe or in the quarterfinals. We won't get past the quarterfinals. No way are Ipswich getting past the quarterfinals, even if we win in the round of 16. Or we don't play in the round of 16, do we? Because we won the group. So we're not getting past the quarterfinals. And then the game will give me some control back. I've just seen it far too often. I mean, we get creating loads and loads of chances. And look at that. Can't pass. Can't dribble. Can't shoot. And this is the issue I have with the game. Big issue. But we'll see it out. Maybe we'll get an equaliser. Who knows? I certainly deserve one. What is the shots ratio? Offside. Now we're getting on for 20 efforts. That's offside. Don't get too excited. Whereas Leeds have just been, for the bottom of the league team, they have been ultra clinical. Yeah, don't get too excited. We're not going to be allowed back into this. And I need the game to address this, and rather than trying to make the game prettier, I think they should look at the match engine issue and how it takes control and just take that out, because I think it's silly. Because I might as well just sit back and do nothing now because I have no control. We're dominating a football match and the game is just controlling it. It might let me back in, it might not. Just have to see. But there's nothing I can do. We might as well just leave it. Both right wingers today have been dreadful. And Leeds really have just done nothing. I can't take Diallo off. And nobody's particularly tired. We're not running around too much. That's why we're not tired. But our passing looks terrible. 10 minutes to get this equaliser. But I still fancy Leeds will counter-attack and score a third, because we've got both wing-backs on attack now. And we're going to get caught out at the back. I think I need to sign the lead strikers. Because they are clinical. Let's get stuck in. We're maybe giving the ball away too much. So let's get stuck in. There are a number of players on yellow cards, though. Oh, this game sometimes is so annoying. This is the third then, is it? We were also told that they are dreadful at set pieces. Apparently they are dreadful at set pieces. And they've scored 2 from set pieces. Okay, the last thing I'm going to try is push the line up and counter press them. We should be a little bit less tired than they are. But I might as well just sit here and do nothing. For a team that are rubbish at set pieces, they look pretty good to me. Oh, come on. Come on, FM. I mean, every game that we seem to lose, we absolutely murder the team. Leeds have been absolutely hammered. But we're not allowed to score goals at the moment. Except in Europe, when we can score at will. Is anybody playing badly, getting tired? Nothing seems to be... They're not getting tired. Oh, who should I take off? Has to be an attacking player. Humphrey's not got a rating yet. He's been out of form. So the referee's arm went that way. Maybe Gould. He's on a 6.9 though. He's playing quite tidily. Now, we're not allowed to score. The game is in control and we are not allowed to score. That must be 21, 22 efforts. I don't know who to take off. I don't think I have to take anyone off. Could be Gould. I actually don't have anyone I can bring on for Gould. I could put Carrillo out on the left. And then Fassini can come on. Oh boy. Sometimes this game drives me insane, and this Ipswich season is just pure torment. Pure torment. The Leeds are getting away with some pretty poor tackling and not getting cards for it. It's the standard 4-1-2-2-1 that I use, ADH. I mean, look at this passing. It's just horrid. And yet in Europe, everything passes find their range. Tackling is good. We can't miss the goal, but in the Premier League, 30 chances we can only put one away. How can this team beat Benfica and others? I mean, look at that for a pass. Like, come on. There's a couple of saves I'll be glad to see the back of. It's not great because results have not been great. So the morale is pretty poor. Dynamics aren't bad. Probably because we're doing okay in Europe. But team morale, individual morale is like rock bottom. And what we got now? 19 shots. We got a XG of 2.8. We just can't score. We are not allowed to score. Let's compress it a little bit more. We'll push the line right up. Compress it a little bit more. I mean, I've got players like Cole Palmer, thinking that was a brilliant piece of business that I did to get Palmer in on loan. He's rubbish, absolutely rubbish. He might as well not be here. He might as well be back at Chelsea. He's done absolutely nothing. And I thought, wow, what a coup that was. And again, like, ball control, I just like... Oh, boy. Oh, what is the game doing? This is getting ridiculous because they've got Aston Villa losing. This has kept us in 12th because everybody below is losing as well. This game is a nonsense. Absolute nonsense. I don't think we need to be more attacking, ADHD. We are smashing them, basically. We're just not allowed to score. And we've done everything but score. Like 20-odd opportunities. We're getting shots on target as well. Half of them are on target. The highlights that we've seen have always only been the ones off target. I can't do any more. We are smashing teams, and it's been the same story all the time. We're dominating games, and we can't win. And look at that pass. These are supposed to be my first team. And Leeds have got nothing to offer. They've scored from 2 set pieces, which they're not very good at, apparently, set pieces. Apart from that, they've offered nothing. I mean, maybe we'll make a change. But this is pretty much a 4-2-3-1. It is pretty. It's a combination of a 4-2-3-1 and a 4-4-2, which have just been squeezed together. I mean, it's a tried and tested tactic. It's worked since FM23. It always works. This is just the game being stupid. I might put them into 3 at the back or something and play the youth team, because the game is just controlling things now. In Europe, we will probably win again. Oh, see? We can't pass in the Premier League. Cannot pass in the Premier League. And we are going to get caught out. Leeds are going to score again. And I have no idea what to do anymore. Just let what I want to do is go on holiday to the end of the season and come back and see what's happened. Because this is torment. Absolute torment. But then, bottom of the league teams, I very rarely win against anyway. Last chance. Hit the post. Oh boy. See, we're just not allowed to score. That is the bottom line at the moment. If that is not hammering a team, then I don't know what is. Leeds XG is 1.15. They've scored twice. Ours is almost 3. We've only scored once. We are not allowed to score. We are not allowed to score. And that's what I said the last time before I went on holiday. The game is controlling this now. Look at that pass again. We cannot pass the football. But in Europe, what happens in Europe, all our passes connect. There's something wrong with the game. Something seriously wrong. We've done everything but beat them. And we should have beaten them. Another poor pass. And that's it, another defeat. I mean, it's just like Lee, I can't explain what's going on here. We cannot, for love nor money, get any points in the Premier League. And yet we are walking away with the Europa League. And I've played my reserve team in the Europa League and we beat Benfica with my reserve team. It is unbelievably bizarre. This team is fully rested after Europe. And they just can't pass. Like, I just do not know what's going on here. Oh, have I got to wait for them to go to the tunnel now? This is another glitch as well. Got to wait for them to get to the tunnel. Come on, come on. I mean, FM'd or... I mean, come on, look at this. Domination. XG 1.15, they scored twice. XG of nearly 3, and we only managed 1. This is heartbreaking. The game is not playing right. Because how could this team be beating the likes of Benfica and Chelsea and lots of other teams in the Europa League? How could that be happening? You got any skins loaded? Could be knocking the game off. I think there's been a lot of updates. since about October, and the updates, I think that SI were experimenting with stuff for FM25 because a lot of my saves got knocked off. I don't know. I think they should ask permission if they're going to upload an update. Now we've lost 3 on the trot and the Prem. If they're going to update, they should ask my permission because I don't want them. I actually don't want them. Aston Villa is a must-win game now. And they are 4th in the table. Lose this, I'm just going to go on holiday to the end of the season. Because it's doing my head in what's going on here. I did notice this last time. They're getting into our penalty area too often. And then inside the penalty area, they're scoring a lot of goals. So maybe I got to play with a high line. I'm going to try that for Villa. We're just going to play with a high line. Because it just might be what we're letting them get too close. The tactic ADH is working perfectly well in Europe. It's working perfectly well. It's just not working in the Prem. And I'm tweaking the tactic to try and so they don't work very hard, this lot. Yeah, near post corners. Not very brave. Let's get stuck in. Let's have a look at their strength. They're not very strong, not very brave. We should get stuck in. Not very good at defending near post, but they are good at attacking set pieces. So instead of now, it means I'm going to have to play with my... So he's going to go on defend. And Harwood Bellis is going to need to go on cover. If I'm pushing the line up. I just don't understand it. Lee's saying FM'd. I think the game is just deciding this is how it's going to be. Now, we can see we were at one point up 9th or 10th. We've lost these 3 games now, and we're back to 13th. But it's keeping these teams below us because these teams are losing as well. So we're not getting relegated, and we're going to finish 14th or 15th. The game's decided that right at the beginning, and I've said in the last episodes we're going to get knocked out in the Europa League very soon, and then our form will get better. West Ham closed the gap on us, but still didn't get above us. So we'll just push the line up. If the analysis is saying they're getting in our penalty area too often, let's push up. Let's try and stop that happening. Where are we now? 13th still. Castiles is back. The goalkeeper had a bad game against Leeds. Losing our goalkeeper hasn't helped. Attacking corners, defending corners. I'm half tempted to go defending free kicks. You got tackle harder for everyone, get stuck in. Not for everyone. The midfielders and the centre-backs generally. I do like to set the player instructions according to what they can do. He's got 13 tackling, so he's not got tackle harder. However, he's got 14 marking, which is good for a fullback, so I've got him marking tighter. For fullbacks, that might not be a good idea, but I want them to take players out at set pieces. Again, he's got 13 marking, and he can tackle as well. So the midfielders, I want them to tackle. I need them to tackle. They're supposed to win the ball. Chaplin, Cole Palmer. Okay, I'm going to use his team this time. See what he can do. But look at this first team. It's dreadful. The ratings are really poor. Yeah, in Europe, their ratings are all above 7. And I don't understand that. So we haven't got any. So we got one wing back there. But he hasn't given me a wing back on the other side. So we got Timon, Garosabel. I'm actually going to play this lad. And Timon can come on the bench. He did have a good game though, Timon, last time. But it's time to play somebody else. Let's put Timon back. McKenna, Hartel, Humphreys, Diallo. Salas has to go. Univar is probably the worst player in FM. I just have not been able to play him. He's actually supposed to be a good player, but I've not been able to play him. He's been so bad. So that's what I've got. Pretty much. It's pretty balanced because I have a winger on support, wing back going past him. He should be playing as an inverted winger on support, so that allows the wing back to go past him. We've got an attacking mid on support. Not quite sure why he's taking fewer risks. We need to take that off. And then I've got an attacking left-hand side of the field with Palmer, who's not playing in this game because I've had enough of him. So I'm going to try Fassini. And Palmer can come on the bench. Because Palmer, he might as well not be here. Okay, if you want to go. You can leave. The round of 16. Oh, we do. Why do we have to play in the round of 16? Oh, it's the playoffs we don't have to. The playoffs we don't have to play in. Who are we going to get them? Roma, AZ, Beşiktaş. Real San Sebastian would be nice. Or SK Rapid. Nice would have been good. There's a lot of big teams in there. Standard, I'll take Standard. Monaco. Some big name teams. Lazio. Stuttgart. Roma. I'll take Everton. Come on. Lazio. We don't want Lazio. We're probably going to get Lazio, aren't we? Nope. Standard. Take those three. Stuttgart we'll have. Nope. Beşiktaş, AZ, Ferencvaros. We'll take those. Roma I don't want. Beşiktaş we'll have. Yeah, we'll take Beşiktaş. That gives us a shout. Tie of the round, somebody said in the social media at the bottom. AZ versus Everton. I don't see that myself. Tie of the round is probably... there isn't really a tie of the round. Beşiktaş will take. And Diallo, Palmer, they might as well not be here. They might as well not be here. And shall I mix up the tactic? Shall I do what I'm told and go into a 4-2? Let's just try it. I'm fed up of things, so let's just try it. I don't think I've got enough DMs. So we'll play a Segundo Volante on attack, and we'll have an anchor on defend, and then inverted winger on attack, inside forward, actually he should be an inside forward on support. Inverted winger on attack. Keep the attacking mid. Poacher seems to have worked for this team in Europe, so I'm keeping it. And we'll have a sweeper keeper on support. And Palmer's just been a complete waste of space. Although he's got an average rating of 7.22, I don't know. He hasn't done anything. Never seen him do anything. These two are okay. They're good. McKenna, Hartel. So Fassini is not a Segundo Volante. Problem is, that's my issue, is I don't have enough DMs. I've only got 2 DMs, I think. 3 DMs. Yeah, this is not going to work. I just don't have the manpower to do it. So let's put them back. Yeah, I just don't have the DMs to do it. But as the lines are higher up, we've got to do that. Chaplin, I don't want to play him there. Let's keep trying Diallo. And go back to Humphreys. Keep Palmer in that hole. He might do something one day. See, what was his last performance? 6.4 against Arsenal, but that's pretty good for what happened against Arsenal. McKenna, what's his pace like? Not very good. Brandon Williams, Hartel, Fassini. Chaplin, Univar. Shall I try Univar? Let's give him another shot. Let's give him another shot. And let's give Luca another shot. Let's play Luca as... no, let's play him... Yeah, let's play him as the complete forward. He's good enough to do that. Joanne Lu needs to come on the bench for Chaplin because I don't want Chaplin there. Okay, here we go. Attacking mid in the middle and Diallo as an inside forward. I could, but like I'm telling you, ADH, I've tried all kinds of things and it's just nothing works. And the game's got me over a barrel. It's not allowing me to control anything. And that's the problem that I've got, which is why it's so frustrating. And I'll bet you my bottom dollar, my last dollar, that once we are out of Europe, I will get control back. And the things that I want to do start working again. The poacher works for Hurst. It doesn't work for... we can try him. I'm willing to... who is he? Might as well play him. He probably couldn't do any worse. Oh, he didn't like being praised. His morale is like dreadful. I'm gonna try your suggestions. I'm not a stubborn man. We'll put him on as a poacher. It doesn't work for him. We've tried it. And then we'll get him shoot more often. But it's not going to work. I have no control over what's going on. Any changes that I make are having no effect at the moment. This I know. You feel it. I think maybe I should go positive against Villa. I've just got to try something different. Yeah. Just do positive, high up the pitch. We can't press, so there's no point in pressing. And I don't want them trigger pressing too often either. Because we can't press. So we'll try that ADH and see what happens. See, he wants me to play in a low block. But the stats are saying the low block isn't working, and we've seen it's not working. So we got to try something different. But at the moment, I just might as well put it on key highlights because I am not in control here. Yeah, it's Tielemans is the boy, isn't it? Media have given you a lot of credit. What for? Losing against Leeds. They gave you a lot of credit for losing against Leeds. Seemed to cheer them up, though. Counter press means that we get caught out at the back. We cannot counter press. This is not a pressing team. Not in a million years. And you can see when we have got counter press on, we've got 4 players up here who are redundant and not involved in the game because it's too easy to pass around them. And then once that happens, they're out of the game. They can't take part in the game then. So, I don't know. I'm just thinking about whether I should just work the ball into the box. I just want to leave that off. I just want them to have a go at goal. I'm going to put it on key highlights because I don't think anything... How did it get to full match? I did not do that. So many glitches in this game. And why has this gone back to... Too many glitches. I can't see us getting any points out of this game, so sit back and take the defeat. As long as my wing-backs remember they're not supposed to close down. And Garosabel went and closed down dreadfully last time. Hitting the post again. We're still not allowed to score. Ah, boy. We should have a standard line, not a high line, because we can clearly see they're trying to get down the flanks. But we'll try just by not having the wing-backs closed down. We're absolutely tanking Aston Villa again. Absolutely tanking them. And we're going to lose this without a shadow of a doubt. There's the mistake. 1-0. Oh, he's missed it. They're worse than us, if that's possible. Villa are third in the league. How are we blasting them away? Well, I'm trying two of your ideas now, ADH. Let's take it one step at a time. There's nothing wrong with the tactic. That's what's wrong with the game. He just stopped and let the Villa boy take the ball off him. There's nothing wrong with the way we're playing. And that is what's wrong. The game is in control. And it's doing what it likes. But we are absolutely spanking them at the moment. Although Villa now are totally dominating. Come back into the game. Just look at the passing. See, the passing is terrible. And that's why we've gone a goal behind. The game is in control. The game is in control. There's nothing I can do. Passing is really poor. We've made like 3 errors in the last 3 highlights. It's just bonkers at the moment. It's bonkers. But in Europe, we will be thrashing Beşiktaş. Guaranteed. We'll be absolutely thrashing Beşiktaş. I give up. That's why I just want to get through to the end of the season now. Whatever happens is whatever happens. The game is in control. I've got Diallo again at 6.5. Palmer, 6.6. They might as well not be here. I'm not getting excited because there's no point. Harwood Bellis now on a 6.6. Playing well down the left. And finally, Luca's got himself on the end of one. Maybe we'll do well in Europe. Maybe we'll win the final in the Europa League. Who knows? We can't play in the Prem. We can certainly play in the Europa League. Left back after not passing. He's made 2 mistakes, Timon. He's still on a 7.1. Does nothing make sense? He's made 2 dreadful errors. I'm going to say we've been the better team here. Let's just go and do it. They've made 2 substitutions, have they? Let's see what my assistant makes of that. Come on. Univar is he has never turned up for any game. He's supposed to be a really good player. It got so bad I just couldn't include him in the squad at all in any game. This tactic, ADH, has proved itself over the years. There's nothing wrong with it. There's actually nothing wrong tactically with how we're playing. We're absolutely dominating teams. We're dominating Villa here. We're dominating Leeds. We just can't score goals. Despite the fact we're creating loads of chances. But we've got one. Lorenzo Luca has turned up today. Finally, Luca's having a game. I mean, that's what he should be doing. He's good enough to be doing that. He's supposed to be one of the stars of the game. Oh, come on, boys. Hold on to this. Give me 3 points for a change. Oh, no. I thought, okay, we're going to go ahead for a minute. That's the line. We should not be playing with the line that high up. Where's Golovin? Follow him around, boy. No, I did that against Leeds, and it cost me ADH. So I'm just staying with this now. The game can do whatever it likes. I'm fed up of it. And we'll just make some changes. Timon is tired. Cole Palmer's turned up. These 3 boys have turned up today. I mean, we've dominated them again. We are a much better team. We deserve to be winning, but I'm still not confident the game will allow it. Because it is. I mean, why can't we beat Leeds, who are bottom, and Aston Villa are in third? And it's always the same for me. And Univar's decided to have a game today, which is interesting. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, ADH. And you can see I'm not even celebrating. Because I'm wondering what on earth is going on. in this game. Why are we beating Aston Villa, who are playing fairly well, in third, and we're taking them apart? Hey, Jobby. How's it going, Jobby? I mean, do you guys experience this in FM, where it all seems predetermined to you, where it doesn't seem like you have any control over whatever's going on? Because that's how it feels. Does it happen to you, or is it just me? Yeah, I'm gonna... Oh, talking of Sunderland, we finished the Journeyman at Newcastle, and I think I already began a Sunderland save. I think we've got to the first game of the season, and we won the first game of the season. Against, funnily enough, Ipswich. And so I will... With a little bit of a twist, I'm going to be doing a Sunderland save once this Ipswich is over, and once the Amarin save is over. We're going to be doing a Sunderland save. But with a bit of a twist, as long as I can get the setup to work. Going to experiment on that tomorrow morning. And now we're 4-1 up against Aston Villa, who are in third. And I just don't believe this game. And we couldn't beat Leeds after pummeling them. We couldn't beat Leeds. I'm not sure how much it's to do with putting him as a poacher and putting him on shoot more often. I'm really not sure it's got anything to do with that. But thank you very much, ADH, anyway. We'll keep going with it. And I think it's more to do with the fact that I pushed the lines up. Just took a chance and pushed the lines up. Because the low block was not working, clearly. And now we're back up to 12th. This is like, we're going to be around here for the rest of the season. But let's focus on Europe. When is our European game? Certainly knocked Aston Villa off their perch. When is our European? Change of style, did I? All I did was push up. There was no change of style. We just pushed up. I don't think we did anything in terms of pressing. We actually came off the press. Counter-pressing we didn't do. In fact, all we did was push up the pitch. So I don't know how much it's to do with change of style. No Europe yet. Oh, God, Manchester City. No Europe yet. Keep that team. That team played pretty well. So Brentford, if we can beat Brentford, we could even go up to about 10th. Some of these boys are going to be suffering. They need games. Sola needs a game. Valentine definitely needs a game. Let's give Finkgraf a game as well. Salas, give him a game. Let's get them up to fitness. Stanic, he's a goalkeeper, but he's okay. What time is it? 2:20. I don't know. Game seems to be doing really silly things. Near post. Then cross the ball. Control possession, eh? Well, the high line should suit a control possession team. Where did I used to work as a young man? Blimey, I can't remember being a young man. I was a senior mental health worker in one of my first main jobs. Before that, before I got a main job, I kind of like did things like insurance rounds and other silly things till I got that job. I was then a senior mental health worker, a psychologist. And then I went to America. I went to work in America, setting up a project for Last Chance Kids, which was interesting. And after that, I went into computers and data, became a project manager. In between, I did some rugby coaching in Czechoslovakia. And then I became a teacher, and then I became an academic director. Once I moved to Indonesia, I became more of an academic director. And that's where I finished in Vietnam. I got headhunted by people in Vietnam. And I ended up as an academic director in Vietnam, which was kind of cool. So I've done a lot of different things. I was also a singer-songwriter for a while, which was kind of fun, but I was never going to make it. But yeah, I've had an interesting, varied career. I was also an art teacher for a little while. But I think my heart was in teaching, which is for the last 20 years of my life. That's what I've been committed to. So, yeah, I've had a varied career. I've not been in one place for very long. 11 years in Indonesia was the longest. Mostly I stayed in places for less than 4 years. I taught English, and then I taught teachers. I was only actually a teacher for 1 year before I got promoted, became a director of studies. So then I was just teaching teachers, which is kind of cool. Now, I'm going to stick with those two. I don't think there's any reason to change that team that beat Villa 4-1. No manager in his right mind would change that team. Just need to figure out how to get more out of Diallo. So let's have a look at Diallo. He's a good dribbler. He has good agility and balance, which will help him dribble. Good pace. But he can also pass the ball. I think maybe we'll just get him. We'll tell him he's already to take more risks. Let's just get him doing a little bit more. And then I don't want him staying wider now. Cole Palmer, maybe he should be doing a little bit more. Yeah, his attributes are not brilliant, are they? I'm just going to have him roam from position. Actually, tell him to shoot more often. Let's try mixing it up a little bit. Yeah, he's got good finishing. So might be worth telling him to have a few shots. And you need to be doing a little bit better, son. Overall dynamics, it's not bad. Team cohesion is good. There's been some comments about team cohesion looking poor on the pitch. Their team cohesion is good. They're developing a strong understanding. Everything looks good in terms of the dynamics. 5 players are unhappy, but you see that all the time. Come on, we're in 12th. If we finish in 12th, reach the Europa League quarter-final, would you say that's a good season? I think it's probably a good season for the likes of this team. It was a shame we weren't able to sign Can Uzan. That would have been a good signing. I think we got to make one change to the subs bench, haven't we? It's now time for Williams can play on the left. And Sola can come in. And that's also good news with West Ham losing. So he actually wants to drop both Diallo and Palmer. Which I can't really say I blame him. Don't tackle harder. Okay. I was pretty sure I read, but their first team might be a little bit better. These ratings need to get better. Team always looking happy after this pre-match meeting. We'll see what happens. No, we don't do never press. Never understand that instruction. These could be a good team. He looks like a box-to-box. And he's a playmaker. Go out there, pick up where you left off. Another 4-1 would be nice. But I can't see it. But we've got to play this way. If they're going to try and play control possession, they're going to play in front of us. So we've got to play with a high line. Let's go and play high up the pitch. It worked last time. Let's see if it'll work again. Not sure positive is the right thing to do away at Brentford, but why not? This looks a bit messy. Needs to tidy up. Brentford look well organised. He's too high up the pitch, I think. Attacking mid is too high up the pitch. Indicating he wants to come off. But we've gone a goal behind anyway, so I think positive is the wrong thing to do. And I think Cameron Humphreys should come back a little bit. He's too high up the pitch. Positive is probably the wrong approach away at Brentford, but seems to be working better than anything else. Come on, boys, let's get back into this. Oh, Cole Palmer. What a waste of space. We're not doing too bad. We've got most of the match momentum. We've only given it away once, really, and they scored. But this is the problem again. 3 shots, 0 on target. That is the problem. So if it is that bad, I'm going to say work the ball into the box. Passing is getting better. 55% possession, 92% completion. Our passing is better than it was. Their focus is mainly down the left. Our right back is on attack. That will explain that. But now it is evening out as I'd expect to see it. Yeah, there we go. More down the middle. So that's what they're playing in front of us, and that's what I'd expect to see. Well, that corner switched from there to there. Come on, another set-piece goal from Luca. And he has. So we're back in it, 1-1. Up to 10th. Who said here is the comeback? Oh, guys, if you're sitting in the chat, do give us a like. It will help the channel. And I do appreciate all the help that people can give to the channel. It would be really cool if you're sitting there. Just give us a like. Go on, it doesn't matter. Even if you don't like the stream, give us a like. It helps push the videos out to people who don't even know we exist yet. Passing has been good, so I could say that. I tend to design the tactic ADH according to the players that I have. The Bayern Munich one was kind of like a control possession, not a control, a tiki-taka, a vertical tiki-taka, but played more on the screen like it was a direct counter-attack. So I just tend to design it around the players that I have. Yeah, do it, ADH. It's good fun streaming. Passes a little while. The trouble is it's tiring. Your voice gets tired. And it isn't easy. Passes, I'm delighted. Shooting's not, I thought the shooting's not been bad. I think our passing has been good. Let's keep it up. Nobody is playing particularly badly. We got Timon on a 6.4. Who needs to buck up a little bit. Not happy with your performance. His mistake was it that cost the Brentford goal. I didn't see it as his mistake. It was a bit harsh. You just need to have a valid YouTube account, ADHD. You need to download OBS. Learn how to use OBS. Set up your camera, microphone. Make sure you've got a decent microphone. And everything's hunky-dory from there. Come on, Ipswich. Come on. 2 wins back-to-back would be unheard of. Don't get caught at the back. You're doing all right. A Palmer, do something. That's the best you can do. Do something. Go on, son. Go on. Luca! Well, ADH putting Luca as a poacher with shoot more often. He's got 4 goals in the last 2 games. Would you believe that? Oh boy. But I could have scored that. That's not down to Luca. I could have scored that. We don't have enough men assigned to stay back when we have a free kick in their half. Well, that's not my job. Can I... Oh, are we giving a goal away there? The goalkeeper made an absolute twit of himself, did he? Ah, we were ahead for a minute. Goalkeeper just dropped it. This is what I'm up against. He just dropped it. It doesn't matter what I do. That is what I'm up against. All right, how do I go? Set pieces. Defend. Free kicks. Yeah, we got enough there. Got enough there. Got enough there. What's he on about? Corners. We don't have anybody back for corners. How did that happen? Now this should be for attacking corners. This is weird. I don't know what my assistant was on about. We got plenty back. Got 2 back. Two back. 2 back. I don't know what he's on about. 2 back. We've got plenty. Have we got a free kick, have we? Well, it didn't come to anything. I've been looking at the stats. We're probably lucky to be drawing this game. Timon's having a nightmare. He's got to come off. And now we're losing. And that's down the left-hand side where Timon is. Oh boy. It was too good to be true. We're back to normal. Hey Callum, how you doing? Good to see you too, Callum. But we're not doing very well. This is Ipswich, and it's just torment, absolute torment. We're currently in 12th. And we got another injury, have we? Oh, lovely. Let's make my other 2 subs then. And I can't get anybody to... Look, my goalkeeper's had 2 splendid games. Stanic is going to have to come on because he's not going to get any better. Diallo. Can't get Diallo to play. It's just the most bonkers thing, this save. But it's actually good because I'm pretty confident we're going to beat Beşiktaş by about 9-0 in Europe. So I'm pretty confident in that game. We just can't win in the Premier League. Although we just stuffed Aston Villa 4-1, who were 3rd. And now we're getting caned by Brentford, who are 14th. That doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. Nothing makes sense. But I think we got Beşiktaş coming up, so I'm looking forward to that 9-0 victory. You've been sacked twice. I mean, I don't know how Callum, I don't know how I have not been sacked in FM24. I don't know how I've survived in these saves, because most of them have been really awful like this. I don't know how I've survived. The only one that wasn't awful was the Journeyman, and that just went exactly to plan. This one we were ahead again, beating them, and now we threw it away, 3 goals. Absolutely shocking. But what are we, 12th? Still in 12th, because the game is stupid. All these teams keep losing as well. Brighton lost. All right, Brentford picked up some points on us. West Ham keep losing. It's this, they're keeping the teams below. The teams below must be seriously pissed off that they have to keep losing because we're losing. It's just nonsense. The teams below us would not be losing out of courtesy because we're having a bad time. And it's not looking great. How the heck did we thrash Villa 4-1? I don't know. Villa were 3rd in the table at the time. Manchester City next. We're going to continue doing exactly what we're doing. I'm not changing it. I might go into a low block for City, put bodies behind the ball. But that was just like throwing games away. For City, yeah, we'll go into a low block. But the low block is definitely not working, but we should go into a low block against City, but it's not working. They will play in front of us, so that's the right. Probably, like, the way things are going, probably beat City. We couldn't beat Leeds in 20th. We beat Aston Villa in 3rd. Couldn't beat Brentford, who were below us. Yeah, I think we got them into Europe, though, Callum, in season 3. So they've got to be a little bit patient. We've actually done okay. And we're passing everything. We only have to avoid relegation. And we're on course to do that. So, yeah, I mean, the board are very happy. And in reality, I guess I'd be happy too. Be sitting in 12th in the Prem. We should not be in Europe. We've won the group stage, coming top of the league in the group stage of the Europa League. I mean, I guess in real life I'd be happy. But it's just FM. I just can't get to grips with FM. We are going to be doing something different when this is done, and we're coming to the end of it. So when this is done at the end of this week, I'm going to be testing something out, and as long as it works, we're going to be doing something very, very different in the next save. I have had a request to do Sunderland, so I don't see why we don't do it with Sunderland. And I do have a save that I started with Sunderland, and we can continue that one. It's only 1 game into the first season, so we can continue that one, and it's going to be done with something a little bit different. I thought about it yesterday. I'm still looking for... What are they? Yeah, they're going to play in front of us. I'm still looking for another save idea. So if you guys can think of something different for the second save, because the Amarin save will come to an end also. Goalkeepers don't have great aerial reach. So let's float crosses. With Luca up top, we're going to play balanced. And we're going to play the low block. So, yeah, still need one more idea. I think somebody has suggested Partizan, doing a save with Partizan. Not even quite sure what country they're from. Anybody know where Partizan, what country they come from? Let's go with what he says. I don't have a problem with that. I don't even know what my first team is at the moment. He shouldn't be automatic. And probably better to be playing him there. And Fassini here. And once again, he's not putting fullbacks on the bench. Fernandez is fit, is he? Univar didn't have a bad game, so Univar can play. Where's my fullbacks? Where's the fullbacks gone? Sola. And that's probably it. So we can put Sola up here. Don't need Salas. Gould can come on there. That'll do for a bench. I don't think Luca is going to perform extremely well. What's he changed his mind about? Oh, I changed my mind, didn't I? Carrillo. He wants in there. Carrillo could go on the wing, but Univar did well. So come on, boys. See what you can do against City. This has not been a very good episode. I think we've lost 4 and won 1 already. So it looks like we're going to lose 5 and win 1. Not great. Is it 4? No, we've lost. Oh no, we haven't played that many. We played Leeds, Brentford and Aston Villa. Lost 2, drawn 1. 3. We should have won both of the games that we lost. We were so dominant. What can I do? I'm just going to go with what we're doing. Just play balance, low block. Do what we're doing. And just try our best, really. Fassini needs a game. I just wish we could get these players to play. They're good players, but they're just not playing. We've got nothing to lose. He told me not to get stuck in, and then when you ask him about the instructions, he wants all these players hard tackled. They're just so good and overpowered. He should be put on his left foot. Right, let's go and give it your best. Do I have to look? I mean, we got hammered 6-0 by Chelsea, 3-0 by Arsenal. We are not good against top teams. Let's hope the low block keeps them out for a while. Aimless pass. So I don't think it's going to keep them out. Oh, there he is, Mr. Haaland. He usually gets 2 against me. How does he always get 2 goals against me? He's not offside. He's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But he always scores 2 goals against me. Always. In fact, last night he got 2 goals against me as well. In a different save. These are things that FM need to work out. Haaland doesn't always need to score against me. It's like the old days, back in the day when I was playing the older versions. Harry Kane always got 2 goals against me. It's got to work that out. It's not great. And Haaland doesn't have to score. There are other players in this Manchester City team, you know. Still in 12th. We can't buy a win, and yet we're still in 12th somehow. All the other teams below us must be absolutely fuming because they have to keep losing because we're losing. They must be absolutely fuming. Oi, why do we need to lose just because he's losing? We're actually dominating possession here. We've had 60% of the possession. We're actually dominating possession, which is kind of weird. Rodri, despite being tight marked, he's still the pest. Nothing I can do about him. Or Haaland. Now City have got the possession back. I wonder if I slow it down, will we match them for possession? Just slow it down a little bit. You can see that they're playing through the middle. I expected that. That's why we've got a high line. Oh, just give the ball away. Oh, Rodri. Where's Haaland? Here he is. Another goal for Haaland. There it is. Oh! I know he's going to get 2. That's how the game is written. Okay, somebody's going to have to get on Rodri. Take that off then. And my left centre mid. Who's going to have to run after Rodri? Let's put him on support as well, so that he can do a little bit of running round after Rodri. I'm beginning to actually not like Manchester City in FM. Like last night's Champions League semi-final. Unbelievable. From 4-1 down, they came back to win 5-4. 5-4. And it's with 73 minutes, we were in the clear. Yeah, nobody's picking up De Bruyne. We're supposed to type mark him, but he's too good. Too good. Oh, well. I didn't expect to get anything out of this. I was hoping the low block would mean we didn't get beaten 8-0. So I'm going to push them up now. The low block didn't work. It's those three. But all of them are tight marked. And there's nothing more I can do about it. We're just not good enough. But I'm looking forward to the next game because I feel a 9-0 victory coming up in Europe. We're unbeatable in Europe. Oh, hit the post. Oh, come on, FM. You don't have to do this. Just don't have us attack rather than hitting the post and doing missing penalties and doing all sorts of stupid things. Just don't have us attack. It's not making it exciting for me. Yeah, you should be furious. You're dreadful. Goalkeeper again. Neither one of my goalkeepers can play. Why is it blaming the goalkeeper all the time? Come on, where's Haaland second? Look at their forward line. And Rodri's playing on the left wing. He's not a left winger. But he's causing my defence all kinds of problems. Oh no, this is a different Rodri. Different Rodri. That's why I might be getting... He needs to be tight marked. Well, we've given them a game, and once again, we've not been allowed to score. Because we've matched them for shooting. We're just not good enough. Juan Lu. And let's press them. Float across this has not worked. Let's press them a little bit. Try and get after them a little bit. We've matched them. They haven't been that much better than us. It's a lot of money, but it looks... I saw the planning, Callum, and it doesn't look that bad, to be honest. Stadium looks nice, but it's going to cost a lot of money. So, I think it might be better sorting the team out first. There's a lot of work to be done in terms of the squad. It just might be better to sort the team out first. Let's put him going forward a little bit more. And we've certainly matched them. We've given them an extremely good game. We're just once again not allowed to score. Second half, they've not been in it. We've outplayed them in the second half. Just not allowed to score. And this has been a theme. Except for Aston Villa, where we just seem to just score from nowhere. And the Europa League, where we can score at will in the Europa League. Oh, don't give me a consolation. I'd prefer you give it to City. Haaland needs a second. Oh, don't do this. Thank you. Don't give me a consolation. Second half, we dominated the game. Not allowed to score. Oh, they're not happy. With that, I think I've had enough for one day. We're still in 12th, though. We keep losing games, and it keeps making all these teams suffer underneath. This would not happen in real life. It would not happen. We would be towards the relegation zone now. But every game I lose, it's making the teams underneath lose as well. So it's really silly. This is horrid form. And we should be near the bottom now. And they're all Premier League games. That should have put us near the bottom. But now we'll go to Beşiktaş in the next episode and we'll spank them. Absolutely spank them. I know I've played this game long enough. Okay, so with that, that's enough torment for one day. We're still in 12th, and like I said earlier, we would be pretty happy, I guess, if we're in 12th and we're in the last 16 of Europe with every chance of getting to the quarterfinals. I guess Ipswich fans would be pleased with that. My frustration is with the game. And the fact that we are losing all these games, you can see our Premier League form is dreadful. And we are losing games, which means that teams below us have to lose as well. And that's what kind of pisses me off about this game. It's making sure that all these teams lose as well. Okay, so that's enough for today. Enough torment for today. Be back tomorrow, 1 o'clock. We will hopefully finish this season on Thursday. Back tomorrow. We'll play these up to about Bournemouth tomorrow, and then we'll finish it off on Thursday. And that is it then for Ipswich. And we're going to start with this Sunderland save, which is done in a very different way. Not the save itself, but we're going to use something differently. So hopefully that will be nice. Okay, so I'm going to call it a day here. Thanks for coming in. If you're sitting there and you haven't liked, give us a like, because it would be helpful to me, helpful to the channel, and I would appreciate it. Thanks for coming along, even if I can see a lot of people didn't come today. But thanks for coming. My light's just gone out to tell me it's time. Thanks for coming, and stay safe, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.